This is a picture of crossing the Red Sea. Is it? Right? I worked so hard.
It's probably it's either the Red Sea or the Jordan River.
Okay, that's my question. Is this Jordan River or Red Sea?
Because it's Moses parted the Red Sea, so it might be the Red Sea.
Might be a Red Sea.
Because
Might be Jordan River.
Because the Jordan River is where Joshua walked across with. He told the ark of the covenant to stand in the Jordan River so they can cross into battle.
Okay, so do you see Ark of Covenant in here?
Not yet.
Okay. Do you see Moses in this picture?
It might be in the front of the line.
Front of the line. Long, long way. It's a good picture. Whoever wrote this picture. See that? All water on the side. Let's go next picture. Okay, this one you can say this is Moses on the front. I didn't know he had gray hair.
Yes.
Red Sea.
Or I'm looking for it right now.
Okay, this is the front of the line.
Nope.
Came through. Now, what happened after the Israel crossed the Red Sea?
That is the Red Sea right there.
This is the Red Sea. Why?
Because when the Lord came unto Moses inside a burning bush, he told him, I will be with you as you go back into Egypt and to tell the Pharaoh to let my people go free.
Okay. I assume this is the Pharaoh's army or the chariot destroyed by the water. Because after the Jordan River, none of the army behind Joshua, right? So we're sure this is the drawing of the Red Sea. That's what Calvin said. About this one.
That's the Jordan River.
Ark of Covenant. See the water divided? It's the beginning.
But Joshua, he was in front of the people, but he was behind the ark of the covenant.
And Calvin was right. After they parted the water, Ark of Covenant stayed at the midst of the Jordan. And until everyone crossed the Jordan. Now, one more thing. This, we won't talk about this, but people was not that close. Okay? Presence of God, Ark of Covenant. Joshua instructed the people stay behind. As the water going off. This picture explain a little bit more. To me, the Jordan, crossing the Jordan is a water receiving. It's not high wall. Red Sea was high wall right there. It's in the bottom. But the Jordan is not. We'll talk about that. And significantly, the Now army was destroyed, but what happened?
They were scared.
Okay. What happened next? Can you count 12 stones? More than 12. Yeah. Maybe began on the foundation. They put the 12 as a monument. It's the 12 stone. This is not the original thing. This is well, it's a 12. Yeah. They build that, make a story, make the memory. So today I'm going to make on the bulletin. I said you are crossing Red Sea, we're crossing the Jordan River. So in a school, I'm a high school teacher, I'm sorry. We do that. Compare, contrast. Right, Ashley?
It's
Two different things.
It's called compare and contrast.
Thank you. So, Red Sea is the water. Jordan River is water. One is salty, other one is plain water. Whatever. Those things. We're going to look at Red Sea first. I put the text of chapter 4, Exodus chapter 14, verse 16 is the text. I'm reading the King James because my giant print, see that giant print? King James. I have New American Standard, NIV, and New King James. I have 4 Bibles starting to get up together, but the reading the King James, so keep up with me. Exodus chapter 14, verse 16. But thou lift up thy rod, stretch out thine hand over the sea, and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. There's prayer. Dear Lord, we come to you with a humble heart, Lord. We are in the darkness. We're in the shock to see the officers suffering. And we cry out, why these things happen, Lord? So at this moment, we gather the church. Open thy word. And try to see some answers. Not only that, Lord, there's a people in the hospital. as a people in the hospice care. We desire your hand, healing hand of comfort unto them that are around them. Lord, we gather in this church building. See the picture of Red Sea of Pearl and Jordan River separate. And the people crossed. In the presence of the Lord. So everything happens, there is a reason. Everything happens, your hand in it. So help us understand. Whatever we're going through, your will be done. And for us, on this side of eternity, give us the courage to talk to the people. Your gospel is still alive. Your mighty hand is still working. And your love is back to the all people. So help us to speak. Help us to give a smile to everyone. Lord, be with us and show us stories. Be with me as I speak, and your message reveal. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So the Lord instructed Moses, stretch out his hand over the sea. Let's go to the verse 22, the same chapter of Exodus 14. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the water were rolled unto them on their right hand, on their left hand. High water. I cannot imagine. They were on dry ground. They were moving. They had to move because the army is right behind them. Look at the next verse. Said, and the Egyptian pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's host with his chariot, his horsemen. They are right behind. And it came to pass that in the morning was the Lord looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of the fire of the cloud, troubled the host of Egyptians, and took off their chariot wheel, and they drove them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord fights for them against the Egyptians. This is important. Now, the Egyptian army was close to the Israel people, almost got them. But all of a sudden, wheeled wagon fell off. It got stuck in the mud. And they realized something strange going on. It must be God working against us. God is with Israel people. That's what it says. In the verse 26, and the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand over the sea, that water may come again upon the Egyptian, upon their chariot, upon their horsemen. Now, every Israel got close over the Red Sea. And God said, Moses, you stretch out the hand again to the water. This time, not separating, but coming back. The full force. In 2011, in Japan, there was an earthquake. It came. We have earthquake drill, just like a tornado drill here. Earthquake, you go cover and get out building. And this, the Sendai Morioka, I lived there 1 year when I was a little kid, after graduate high school. The seashore, they knew that tsunami will come, so they have practiced. Only thing was, the practice was about 30 feet high tsunami coming through. So they go up to the high hill as soon as possible. March 11th, there comes the earthquake. 15 minutes later, the tsunami came. First one is 20 feet. Second one goes to 30 feet. So that was the limit. They have built a wall for the tsunami. And the tsunami keep on coming. Highest one was 60 feet. 3-story building. I watched the YouTube after YouTube. Those 3-story building swallowed up with black water. There's a picture, big ship. I'm not talking about a fishing boat. The big ship resting on the top of the building. Force of the power of that water coming back. It's just amazing. We just saw the picture. That picture is kind of false because all the water is clear blue. No. When coming back, they call fear of the black water. It just gobbled up everything and came over. And that's what the God instructed Moses. Stretch out your hand, let the water take over Egypt. Why? Because the Lord said, Exodus chapter 14, verse 18. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord. For I have gotten me honor upon the Pharaoh, upon his chariot, upon his horsemen. By the force of the power of water. That's a demonstration of the power of God. Yes, they are in danger. Israel people have to separate from the force of the Egyptian. But through the power of God, the water swallowed up Egyptian force. Now, what is the difference? Let's go to Joshua chapter 3. Text verse was chapter 3, verse 13 on the bulletin. It said, and that ye will save alive my father, my mother. I'm sorry. Chapter 3, verse 13. And it shall come to pass, as soon as the sole of the feet of the priest that bear the ark of the Lord, the Lord of all earth shall rest in the water of Jordan, that waters of Jordan shall be cut off from the waters that come down from above, and they shall stand upon heap. They crossed the dry land. Same way, the Red Sea. But this time, quite different. Beginning of chapter 3. Now this is the ending side. Chapter 2, the spy went to the promised land. Oh, their land is wonderful. We got to get there. To get there, there's one thing. Big river of Jordan. And the Bible said, at that time, the harvest time, at the harvest time, the river Jordan is a flooding stage. Have you ever seen the flood at the Red River? All the bruises filled up? Oh yes, same way. So they were looking at this Jordan River, muddy water. They camped the 3 days. 3 days. Riverbank. And watching this flood water. Wow, what we do? We need to build a ship. Chapter 3, verse 2. It came to pass after 3 days that the officer went through the host and commanded the people, when see the ark of the covenant of the Lord God, the priests and Levites bearing it, ye shall remove from your place and go after it. It is the time. Ark of the covenant, if you see that, follow them. But not follow right after. Because verse 4, yet there shall be the space between you and it, about 2,000 cubits of measure. Come not near unto it. 2,000 cubits. My Bible says about half a mile. From here to Miss Daisy's house, Brother Freddie's house, far, far, far away. Why is that? What is that? Read verse 5. Joshua said unto the people, sanctify yourself. For tomorrow the Lord will do wonders among you. Now remember, Ark of the Covenant, God promised, when the Levites step into, well, to me, they never stepped into the Jordan River. But the point is, they cannot stay on the right dry ground and watching the Jordan River. You sanctify yourself and push yourself forward. When the one step, the feet almost touch the water, what happens to the water? Separate. And your step stay dry. Next step, the same way. Now remember, at the Moses, Red Sea was way up on the high wall, the right hand and the left hand. Because that water will come angry force to shut down. Not this time. Verse 16. I'm going to go back right from verse 14. It came to pass when the people removed from their tent to pass over Jordan, the priest bearing the ark of the covenant before the people. As they that bear the ark were come unto Jordan, and the feet of the priests that bear the ark were dipped into the brim of the water. And it said Jordan overflows over his banks all the time of the harvest. Now front water was there, but where the priest just get to the edge of the water, that water which came down from above stood and rose up and hill very far from the city of Eden. Water disappeared. That picture we just saw is just a V shape. Okay, that was the, what they call still picture. Water just started moving. And not only the movement was just right hand, left hand, no. It went all the way to the next town of Adam. And my Bible said that is about 18 miles away. Hello. Do we need 18 miles dry ground to cross? Yeah, 2 million people. Well, you need some wide highway, but it don't need 18 miles, do we? That is God's way. To me, Jordan River crossing is the redemption of God, the God's way. That's the reason they waited 3 days. What? 3 days. Jesus died, and 3 days later, what happened?
He arose.
Jesus arose. People waited, looked into the scary, muddy water 3 days. And the Joshua finally said, people, sanctify yourself. It is a time to cross this water, muddy water. And God will take care of you. But what you need, you have to step forward. And there's a reason the water came apart. Not only that, verse 17, the priests that bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord stood firm on dry ground in the midst of Jordan. And all the Israelites passed over on the dry ground until all the people were passed clean over Jordan. No muddy shoes, nothing. I remember when Moses' land finally got dried up. And I asked Bruce, why don't you start till up? And Bruce said, it's full of water. It's too muddy to get in. So they have to wait days and days. Not God's hand. When the water goes, they step forward. Stay dry, stay clean. To me, that is the fear and conquer. We overcome the fear. When the people start shooting, when the policemen lose life without any reason, people's heart is scared. People's heart broken. My prayer is for the families and other officers. have to go on a duty. At the same time, we have to overcome fear. There is a promised land right across the Jordan River. And Joshua didn't say, let's build a boat. Let's build a bridge. Bridge is not nothing. Because it's water everywhere. And gold. That's human thinking. God said, step forward. Water will separate. Not only separate, it went all the way to from here to, I don't know about Hope, 18 miles away. Do you see the water at 18 miles away? No, nothing at all. Secure, safe and secure. Now the problem is, remember, Joshua said, you cannot come close to this apple current. Okay, half miles away. Because there's a presence of God and we are not worthy. But at the same time, remember 2 million people came across this place and all the water disappeared. And some people thought, hey, this is just land. I've never seen the water. We just came through the dry land. That's the reason they had to build the 12 stones. People forget what God did mighty work. That's what the Joshua said. Sanctify yourself, for tomorrow the Lord will do wonders among you. It was wonders to go through the dry land. But some people did not see that. It was just a dry land. There's no Jordan River. There's nothing. I became United States citizen, 1988. I came from Japan and I decided this is the land I'm going to live. Start back. So I applied for the citizenship. I had to wait 5 years. Don't get in trouble. You're put in jail, you gotta go right back to Japan. Those things. And you have to take a test. Do you know that? Yes, very hard test. And I thought I'm gonna fail this test. I don't speak English. What's going on? But I passed. And Memphis, Tennessee, I remember, 1988, I swore in to the United States citizenship. That was important to me to live in the United States, be a citizen of the United States. Some of you, some of us, was born automatic citizen. They forgot what was the beginning. They forgot what is to live in the United States. We have pride. There's a value to live in the United States. Instead, they start pointing each other and fighting each other. So the God said, you have to remember. Not only that, we have to tell the next generation.
Amen.
let's go to the next chapter, chapter 4. Okay, everybody close. Wonderful. We are in the promised land. But it came to pass that when all people were clean passed over the Jordan, the Lord spake unto Joshua, saying, Take your 12 men out of the people, out of every tribe of men, that command ye them, saying, Take your hands out of the midst of Jordan, out of the place where the priest's feet stood firm, 12 stones. Ye shall carry them over with you. Leave them in the lodging place where ye shall lodge this night. Remember, get your stone from the Jordan River. Let's build some heap of the stone. Why? Verse 6. That this may be the sign among you, that when your children ask their fathers in time to come, saying, What mean ye by these stones? Then you shall answer, The waters of Jordan were cut off before the ark of the covenant of the Lord. When it passed over Jordan, the waters of Jordan were cut off. These stones shall be for the memorial unto the children of Israel forever. See, cross the Jordan River. It's not with an enemy or anything like that. It's cross Jordan River that God showed us the great hand of God is protecting people. Year 2000, I went through open heart surgery. On the way to work, lay some brick. I cannot drive. Chest pain, I cannot hold on to the steering wheel. I went back to my wife and said, something's wrong. I have chest pain. From that, 10 days later, I had to do the open heart surgery, and I saw I'm same as dead. Open heart surgery, bricklayer. Bricklayer, if you lay brick, you get money. How many brick you lay? 30 cents a brick? At that time, I was like very cheap. 50 cents, $1 a piece, whatever. But you have to put the brick on the building. How do you do that? Just open heart surgery. That's all. I went to Great Depression. And my wife encouraged me to go back to school. Start over. It's not in. Can do start over. And here I am. I still do some brick work. Not like this, no. But God will provide. But you have to step forward. And the stones. Do you see the 12 stones? Do you know that some kids have to know about these 12 stones? See, you have to tell. Because without the presence of God, people will just viciously each other. And their right is more than everything. But in my Bible, there's a presence of God, and we humble ourselves. So let's find the people and explain what this 12 stone means. Let's find the people and tell the people what means of attending the church, Piney Grove Baptist Church. Tell the people, once I got saved because God Himself sent the Son, died in place for me, to give me the eternal life. And you got to have eternal life. See, crossing the Red Sea is from an enemy. We just run. God separated them. But the people of Israel, where did they go? To the wilderness? Oh, nothing there. See, it's still the same something. Then the Jordan River, that's a promise. Crossing the Jordan is the beginning of the God's presence. But at the same time, now, I didn't say the presence of God is the perfect place. Not that. Because verse 13, everybody goes to Jordan. But the 40,000 prepared for the war passed over before God and to battle, to the plains of Jericho. Yes, they were in the promised land. But what? 40,000, or 20%, 1 out of 5 people were ready to fight. The presence of God is not the perfect thing. There's not promise of all the trouble is gone. The water is secured. We cross the dry land. The land of promise is there. But still the fight is going on. You got to fight because the prince of the evil was present at the Joshua's time, at today, in Dallas, Texas, in Louisville, Arkansas, everywhere. But we need to feel, we need to stand, we need to step forward in the name of the Lord. Let's do that. Let's all stand.